Hello, Aries. Welcome into your new moon in Aquarius reading. This is Lauren the Mystic. Welcome in, welcome back. You are not going to believe what just happened to me in your reading. I did your entire reading, Aries, and my microphone wasn't turned on. So the entire thing, zero sound. That's why the cards are all laid out like this. I'm going to go through this again. Hopefully, it won't take me as long as it did the first time. I'm really bummed out that that happened because I feel like there was some very specific channeled gems of information for some of you. So I'm sorry about that, but trust in divine time, trust in divine circumstance, right? So there must have been a reason. Um, Again, welcome in to all of you who are new to the channel. I'm Lauren the Mystic. I'm a mindfulness and energy healing coach. I like to do lunar check-ins when I am called to do so to really tune into the soul growth process that is underway. So I'm primarily reading for rising signs, but if you are an Aries sun or moon, I welcome you in. I recommend you listen to all of your signs, and if you've been drawn into this reading, I do believe there is a message here just for you. So let's get started. At least we can fast forward through some of the parts that people don't always love, which is the shuffling and all of that good stuff. Again, as we're heading into the reading, I just want to remind everybody this is a general reading. It's not a specific reading. I do offer personal readings if you're interested in one. I do card readings as well as look into specific circumstances for you. You can do it based on time. You can also add in transit coaching, which I highly recommend if you are really wanting to dive into how the astrological transits are impacting your own natal chart and get a better understanding of that. If you don't have a copy of your natal chart, I'll drop a link below for a free resource where you can go and get one. I personally use the whole sign house chart system. And all horoscopes are really coming from the vantage point of discussing what your rising or your ascendant sign is. Rising and ascendant those are two different words for the same placement. This is the location where the horizon was at your moment of birth. So it's what was rising, what degree was rising on the horizon as you came into the world. So it's very time specific. You need to know your birth time, date, and location to get this information, but it really is valuable. And what we're going to be unpacking today is the new moon in Aquarius. So you'll want to know where Aquarius is in your birth chart, what house does this govern for you? Because this is going to show you more specifically the area of life that this new moon is going to be really powerfully planting seeds of intention. And we're also going to have astrology making contact with Uranus that's going to be going direct in Taurus. So you're going to want to look at where is Taurus in your natal chart, what house, as well as the house of Pisces. There's a lot of energy in Pisces still, and the sun is getting ready to ingress, right? We're in Aquarius season now, and then after Aquarius season, the sun will move into Pisces. So without further ado, Aries, let's jump right in, shall we? So I have a very specific reading. This is one of the best readings I've ever done, and I'm not just blowing smoke up your ass right now. I'm serious. What I actually ended, sorry about my ramble here, what I actually ended your reading saying was my channel here is relatively new. I'm just kind of starting to do this work on YouTube and bring this forward because I really think this type of work is a way to help unpack the soul growth and spiritual awakening process that many of us are going through. And it helps you to navigate and tune in, especially if we're unpacking it through the lunation cycles. So what I had been doing was showing up to do readings and energy check-ins for new moons and full moons. And this last full moon in Cancer, I got halfway through the readings and they were just terrible, Aries. They were just shitty, so bad. The energy was completely chaotic, and it was speaking of really dark, shadowy, a very deep shadow purge process, I believe, is what I was picking up on. And after about the sixth reading in, there was something intuitively from spirit that I just got this message of, just don't release this out. Don't send this vibrational resonance out into the ethers, that really it's not going to help, right? And it wasn't me trying to bypass the process of what was unfolding, but there was a clear sign from spirit that something was in process and that now was the moment to come. And every time I'm doing my readings, part of my own process is I use a pendulum to tune into which deck of mine. I'll line my decks up and I tune into spirit through meditation and prayer. And then through the pendulum, I'm guided which deck that spirit wants to speak through for collective readings, right? And typically, Spirit's been choosing about 5 decks per reading, which is a lot. It's multiple oracle decks, and sometimes it's at least 1 tarot, sometimes 2 tarot decks, plus oracle cards. And for these readings, Spirit chose only 3 decks. So what we're looking at are oracle cards from the Starseed Oracle deck by Rebecca Campbell. We're looking at Earth Magic Oracle cards by Stephen Farmer, and we're looking at the Angel Tarot deck that is by Doreen Virtue and Radley Valentine. This is that deck. So let's jump into it. So if this is the Aries, if this is your specific reading, Aries, I'm speaking to a person who is currently gone through a hell of an emotional experience, a very difficult period. And right now you're in this portal space. So your reading opens up with the portal card. This is you deciding. It's as if you have a magic button to dream your wildest dream and to actualize that new timeline and then step right on into it. And you literally are showing up with this incredible boss energy, this incredible alchemical energy. So the tarot cards represent, this is your energy currently, and this was supposed to be a single card. 3 came out, 2 were major arcana. And then we've got your recent past, what you just moved through, your current energies, and what is being seeded with this new moon. Where are you headed? Then we've got the energies that underlie everything, okay? And so there's more of the soul growth story over here, but this is a person, you, Aries, are on the precipice. You're standing right now in this portal space. And within your cards today, we've got so many portals of energy showing up. I just want to show you that you have the wheel as how you are currently showing up. And you've got the world in the energy that's supporting you that you're not aware of. And if you look at these 2 cards, you see how similar they are. You're both of these have you here in your power in a portal space with all of the elements surrounding you, all of the alchemical elements that you need for manifestation. And here in the world, you're surrounded by protection and you're aligned with the heavens, with the cosmos, and with the natural world. Here, you are surrounded by cosmic energies. You're surrounded by the zodiacal wheel. You are in the center point. So this is a turning point in your cycle. And this is you leveling up your energy, you at the precipices of a great change, And what you're changing is you're embodying the energy of a star. This is your current energy as this new moon occurs, okay? So this is about you really anchoring into this space of making very long-term plans from a positive and optimistic place, from a higher vibrational place of the healed person having come through an incredible storm, an incredibly deep and emotional, cathartic, difficult experience. You are now healing still. You're still integrating this energy, but you clearly know and embody a much higher vibrational standpoint and space. And this is also clarified by the Nine of Water, which is representing an emotional cathartic experience of you having gone on this deep emotional dive down into your waters. You've done the work. Basically, this is a card of having done your work, done your personal journey work, but you've done it for yourself. And what you've retrieved is the riches. You have 9 chalices full of jewels. And this signifies now that that work has been done, your wishes are they're primed to come true because vibrationally you're ready, right? You've cleared all of that lower density, that lower vibrational hurt, pain, trauma. You've moved through those experiences and you've come back with the riches from having had gone through it. And that shifts you from this space of lack into this space of creating the life that you love, really, heaven on earth. And this is a soul call that's calling you forward from this passionate portal space within your heart. This is about aspects of you guiding you forward from this inner knowing, right? You know, and the reason you know is you've received this spontaneous spiritual awakening. Having gone through whatever hardship, whatever difficulty you've been moving through, what it did is it served as a catalyst, Aries, and it created an awakening experience within you where your soul said, oh no, this is not how the story is getting written. Okay, I am taking control of this. And with this activation, what has happened is there's been an incredible expansion for you within your heart, within your mind, within your knowingness. You have brought areas of your unconscious into the conscious light. And now from that space, you know much more clearly what it is you want to create. And we've got these messages here about trusting the timing, trusting the wave that you came in on, and knowing that time is not running out for you, Aries. But it is a time for you to nourish. You are still integrating this huge activation, this huge awakening experience is still fully becoming embodied. And you need to replenish your energy. You need to really fill your own cup up. And as we look back into your timeline, what we see is that you've just moved from this space of really great sadness. The 3 of Air talks about a very difficult, could be heartbreak, it could just be what came up in the last reading was inner child healing. Something on your timeline is being healed from something that you've gone through. And so right now, there's this need for you to really spend time forgiving yourself and forgiving others, and knowing that that's not a linear process, right? It doesn't just happen overnight. It's not quick. It doesn't just go, as easily as our mind wishes it would. We have to go back into these waters over and over again as we're working to grieve, as we're working to let go of the past hurts that sometimes prevent us from being fully able to release and forgive and come into this space of letting it truly go so that you can elevate. and become that embodied version that you truly deserve, right? And so what came up is things happening in the past where you might have felt a victim to that energy, something happening outside of your control where you were very innocent. There's these messages about the healing potential right now, the magic of going into spaces within yourself, doing the inner child work, um, really tuning into your own childlike innocence and recapturing that, bringing that into your present, allowing it to guide you as you move into this new portal space. But what you're also healing is any wounds from that period, anything, again, that happened to you that was outside of your control, but created, something that was potentially incredibly heartbreaking or difficult for you to move through. So your present energy shows up very kind of polarized, and it's talking about you are both incredibly stressed out right now and overworked and really needing to ask for help, delegate. This is you feeling like things are a bit out of balance. Again, you're stretched too thin is really what I was picking up on. And if you stay in a space of this for too long, what can really start to happen is you can start having stress-related health concerns. It can start to really take a toll on your physicality. So this is spirit calling for you over and over again to take care of yourself, water your garden, nourish your own self, pour into your cup, take the naps that you need, eat some high vibrational foods, go and do something that feels like a celebration. Because the other card is this need to celebrate, to spend time at its simplest level, just having more fun. But this can also actually indicate that there is a reason to celebrate at hand: a wedding, a graduation, a birth announcement, something that's very exciting that is about your sense of community, right? And so, what is your present or this seeding moment was ironic. It made me laugh. It is a card about, this is the Seven of Earth. So, this is a card, Spirit saying, Aries, you've planted your seeds of intention really well. After you've done this deep dive of work, now you're alchemically in this space where you're really starting to embody that star vibration, that wishes come true energy, where you're manifesting from that space energetically. And so you're planting your seeds really well. And if you haven't already done so, and seeds of intention, by the way, and if you haven't already done so, today's the perfect time, within this orb of energy that we've got surrounding us, 3 days on either side is the most potent space. But whenever you see this video, is perfect for you to take that moment to really visualize. What would you rewrite about this next chapter? If you know that you have the ability to create your life exactly the way that you would like, what do you want to envision this next chapter? What qualities? What does it hold and contain? And that is the intentions that you are planting as seeds with this new moon. And we've got 7, right? So there's many seeds that you are planting. Maybe this is many areas of your life, many domains of your life here, because I feel like this is an entirely new way of being that's coming online for you, Aries. So the card is also reminding you there is not a need to worry about how well those seeds have planted. Spirit is saying these are planted really well, Aries. What you need to do right now is take a pause, water your garden, replenish yourself, We've also got fall into my arms, which is again about continuing to surrender, releasing any of potentially those energies that are still on their way out, right? As you move through this portal space from one chapter of life to the next, releasing, surrendering any of the emotionality. Know that you are held, know that you are incredibly supported. This is a very sacred portal for you. It's as if you are moving through your own inner initiation. And if you notice, there's grand elders, our ancestors up here, and they're holding space energetically with their hands. They're creating this entire healing orb for these two individuals. And one is cradling the other within her arms so that that individual being cradled can really feel that full surrender of releasing, of letting go, of allowing this sadness to fully move through them. And the reason for that is because you are continuing to embody this new vibratory frequency. And you've got to allow the clearing of that lower frequency, any old, stale, or expired energies, because you don't want to nourish your seeds with that. You want to nourish your seeds from a very higher, and also what I'm hearing is incongruence, energetically congruent vibrations. So you want to nourish the vibrations that you're creating for this beautiful future magic life for yourself from that same space energetically. And so what is underlying all of this, what you don't know, is that you are already becoming this. This is still integrating. So we've got the Queen of Fire. This is you really gaining independence, not underestimating yourself, stretching your wings to fly, expressing yourself confidently, warmly, and really creating from this beautiful, passionate space. Then we've got the World, as mentioned. Again, this particular deck, this card is about you really moving through a difficult period. And this is Spirit saying, you did a hell of a job, Aries. Good job. You completed that perfectly. And you're moving into this space where you are going to really start to embody and feel a huge abundance now of joy, increased joy, increased contentment and satisfaction with your life. You are going to start just having this love for life, a gratitude for the circumstances that you're building, a gratitude for the path that you're on. And you're going to see what you have moved through as part of what needed to happen to get you to where you are in this moment and help you to manifest now this beautiful new beginning for yourself, right? It's the fuel to your fire. And here's the really cool thing. We have the moon and the sun, right? They came out together, underlying them. So both of them have messages. They're both major arcana. You've got so much major arcana. But I loved that they came out conjunct, okay? Because that is the literal interpretation of the sun and the moon right now, the new moon in Aquarius. So again, this is a very potent new moon for you because we've got Spirit showing you the sun and the moon right now are really powerful, underlying all of this energy that we're discussing. So use this time, use this moment, use this growth process to assist you. The moon is talking about you in this particular deck. It's about you receiving psychic insights, sudden ahas, sudden awarenesses. You're going to start to understand why things went down the way that they did, why you are here now, and why you want to really create, how deeply called you feel, how deeply passionate you feel to now create this next chapter, right, from that energetic space. This is also indicating that you've got support again behind the scenes, holding you, guiding you, and it's a reminder to, again, release any fears that might be holding you back from taking action. The sun is indicating a happy outcome, right? Brilliant new ideas. I feel again like this sudden awareness is going to really begin to come into your knowingness as you continue to integrate, as you continue to nourish yourself, which sounds silly on its face. Like, how is resting going to help me? No. But the more time you sleep and you allow the energies to just integrate, the more they crystallize within your own intuitive knowing. And I apologize about all the dog barking in the background. The neighbor dog's a little excited, so sorry for that. But I think also what was coming out in the reading that didn't get recorded was how Uranus is going to be going direct and how Mercury is going to be immediately after this moon is going to be making a conjunction with Pluto. And mental Mercury, right, is the messenger that brings conscious awareness into our mind. And I believe you're going to be receiving a lot of information specifically, Aries. So I feel like this is also a recommendation for you to seed these intentions of yours from a space of how you want to vibrationally feel and exist within the world, and that you are going to get more of the details, more of the insight, more of the knowing. It's going to be streaming into you. You're going to have these awarenesses. But right now, what's the most important thing for you to focus on is how do you want to feel in the future going forward? And how can you nourish yourself now? And so these are the last two cards. And I just got to tell you, this is where it gets really cool. So we've got the King of Fire. So this is the energy that you are preparing to embody, right? This is what is integrating into your beingness. And check it out. We've got it with the Emperor, right? These two cards together, Aries, are like boss, babe, or badass boss cards. You are a baddie. This is you bringing all of your alchemical ability. I mean, this is such cool energy. This is why I was saying, with all of this major arcana, all of the symbolism, the sun and the moon together, the world, the wheel, the star, there's so much going on here. Activations, being called, stepping through portals. We've got all of these portal cards. Like these three cards are each indicating a portal. Then we have these two cards also depicting portal spaces, showing how protected you are in this entire process. There's definitely an element of healing something along your timeline. And what you're doing it is through bringing through this sense of joy and dance and your own, like dancing through the pain, right? Into this space of celebrating how you want to be, to feel, to move within the world. I believe dance is your medicine right now, Aries, in order for you to move some energy. Very physical sign, and that is a way that you can both tune into your emotions and then help to move any emotions that may still need to leave the body. But we've got the King of Fire. Again, this is you focus, focus, focus. Focusing on, what are you focusing on? You're focusing on how do you want to feel? What does this life, this magic button, when you push it, what does that look like? What does your day look like? How do you feel in that space? Allow yourself to really imagine and feel it within the body. Dance with that vibration within your body, right? Allow it to really integrate and fuel, because I believe that's what's calling you within the portal of your heart. So this is about you really bringing your motivation, your drive, all of your fiery passion to the table to really create from this space. So you're basically completely in charge of the Aries fiery energy, the Mars energy, okay? And then you've got the Emperor. So again, becoming the emperor of your own life, creating your, whether this is not gender specific, so male or female, you are creating your legacy. This is like legacy cards here. You're writing that story beginning now. This is the beginning of the legacy that you want to create for yourself for your entire life. So it's very big picture, right? That's why the star is here. This is very long term. This is big picture, huge chapter energy. Might even be an entirely new book for you, darlings. But you are in your baddie power. You have got every single thing you need, Aries, to create this. And you so deserve it. You've been through hell. You've done the dang work, and it is time for you to celebrate that. It's time for you to really feel proud of your accomplishments and nourish yourself. Fill your cup back up from everything that was depleted, and make sure that is one of your number one priorities as you are creating. The Emperor knows what they need to fill their cup, and they make sure that they're coming from this high vibrational space because they're creating from their vibration, right? They're manifesting from the vibrations that they're holding. So that is what you are really preparing to do. And so this is a story about you needing to take that time right now, my darling Aries. Nourish yourself. You're on a huge mission for self. And I can't wait to hear about it. If anyone is in need of a personal reading, if you'd like to go deeper, if you would like more specifics on some transit coaching, I'll drop some links below. I wish you a very happy new moon. Plant those seeds well, darling, and feel it as if it's already happening. Okay? I'll see you next time. Bye, Aries.